Forget everything you think you know about action movies. What you're about to discover operates on a completely different level. One built on raw intensity, brutal precision, and storytelling that hits like a freight train. These aren't just movies. These are experiences that will make your hands sweat, your heart race, and your jaw hit the floor. We're counting down the top 10 best Korean brutal action movies on Netflix. Films so intense, so savage, and so brilliantly crafted that once you start watching, stopping is simply not an option. Stay locked in until the very end, because number 1 will absolutely destroy you. Let's get into it. Number 10, MANTIS. Kicking off our list at number 10 is MANTIS. And trust me, this is one entry that sets the tone for everything that follows. Picture the world's deadliest assassin, a man who has spent his entire life in the shadows, dragged back into a world already soaked in blood and betrayal. This 2025 Korean action thriller wastes absolutely zero time, pulling you into its ruthless underground. From the very first frame, every shadow hides an enemy. Every ally is a potential traitor, and every encounter could be your last. The fight choreography is nothing short of surgical, stylish assassinations, cold close-range gunfights, lightning-fast knife attacks, and brutal hand-to-hand combat that feels devastatingly real. MANTIS doesn't just entertain you, it grabs you by the collar and never lets go. Number 9, Believer 2. At number 9, the hunt never ends, and neither does the danger. Believer 2 returns to the shadows of Korea's most terrifying drug underworld. And this time, the stakes are catastrophically higher. This 2023 action crime thriller explodes on the screen with an energy so chaotic, so volatile, that you'll feel like you're right there in the line of fire. Trust is a luxury nobody can afford. Violence isn't a consequence here. It's the only language spoken. Explosive gunfights, savage confrontations, relentless car chases, and a moral darkness so thick you can almost feel it pressing against the screen. If you thought the first film pushed limits, Believer 2 shatters them completely. Raw, unforgiving, absolutely unmissable. Number 8, BADLAND Hunters. Number 8 asks a terrifying question. When civilization collapses and the world burns to ash, who do you become? BADLAND Hunters drops you into a post-apocalyptic wasteland where survival isn't a strategy. It's a brutal, blood-soaked instinct. This 2024 Korean action film is relentlessly physical, delivering bone-crushing punches, savage melee brawls, devastating gun battles, and one-on-one showdowns so raw and heavy they'll leave you breathless. Think Mad Max, but with Korean intensity dialed up to an absolutely ferocious level. Every fight carries weight. Every victory costs something. And every single scene reminds you that in this broken world, only the most ruthless survive. Number 7, Project Wolf Hunting. Ladies and gentlemen, number 7 is where this list gets truly terrifying. Project Wolf Hunting is not just a movie. It is a full-scale assault on your senses, and it is absolutely relentless. A prison transfer on a cargo ship sounds contained, controlled, manageable, until everything goes catastrophically, irreversibly wrong. This 2022 sci-fi action horror takes violence and cranks it to an extreme that very few films have ever dared to reach. Graphic hand-to-hand carnage, explosive gunfire, superhuman monsters tearing through everything in their path, and absolutely no safety net for anyone on board. Blood, chaos, fear, and fury collide in one of the most ferociously violent Korean films ever committed to screen. This one is not for the faint of heart, but if you're brave enough, it will wreck you in the best way possible. Number 6, Ballerina. At number 6, we shift gears, but we lose absolutely none of the intensity. Ballerina is a film that hits you somewhere far deeper than most action thrillers dare to go. This 2023 revenge thriller follows Jang Ok-ju, a former elite bodyguard whose entire world is shattered when her best friend tragically takes her own life. But when Ok-ju uncovers the horrifying, sickening truth behind her friend's suffering, something inside her breaks, and something far more dangerous takes its place. The action is raw, stylish, and achingly personal. Every punch thrown, every gunshot fired, every chase through the dark, it all carries the unbearable weight of grief and fury. Ballerina makes every single kill feel earned. Intense, disturbing, empowering. This film proves that the most devastating weapon a person can carry is a broken heart with nothing left to lose. Number 5. Kill BOKSOON. Number 5 gives us a combination that sounds impossible, and yet somehow works perfectly. Kill BOKSOON asks, what if the world's most lethal contract killer is also trying to be a good mother? By day, she packs school lunches. By night, she eliminates targets with cold, flawless precision. But when one mission spirals out of control and her daughter's safety is pulled into a terrifying political conspiracy, the line between her two worlds violently collides. Heart-pounding gunfights, masterful hand-to-hand combat, elegant assassination sequences layered with genuine emotional depth. Kill BOKSOON delivers it all. She isn't just a killer. She's a mother fighting with everything she has. And that combination makes her the most formidable, most complex, and most compelling assassin you'll see on screen this year. Number 4. Uprising. And number 4, brotherhood becomes a battlefield, and history becomes a wound that never heals. Uprising is a 2024 historical action epic set in Joseon-era Korea, and it delivers the kind of emotionally devastating storytelling that stays with you long after the credits roll. Two boys grow up side by side, bound like brothers, one a slave, one a nobleman's son. But when rebellion ignites and the land is consumed by conflict, fate forces them onto opposing sides of a war neither of them chose. Fierce sword fights, brutal strategic warfare, and combat sequences so visceral and raw they feel ripped straight from history itself. Uprising is not just an action film. It's a tragedy. It's a war story. It's a shattering examination of loyalty, class, and the unbearable cost of survival. Absolutely essential viewing. Number 3. Train to Busan. Number 3. The train is moving. The doors are locked, and something is very, very wrong. Train to Busan is the film that redefined zombie horror action cinema on a global scale. And watching it for the first or fifth time, it is still completely, utterly gripping. A father and his young daughter board an ordinary train to Busan. What follows is 118 minutes of relentless, suffocating, heart-shredding chaos as a zombie epidemic tears through the carriages with terrifying speed. Close-quarters combat, desperate sacrifices, shocking emotional gut punches. This film does something most action horrors never manage. It makes you care deeply before it makes you suffer. Train to Busan doesn't just frighten you, it devastates you, and you will love every single agonizing second of it. Number 2, The Man from Nowhere. If you haven't seen this film, stop everything, because The Man from Nowhere is one of the greatest action thrillers ever made. Period. He's quiet. He's withdrawn. He asks for nothing and offers nothing. But when a little girl, the one person who somehow found her way through his walls, is torn away by a vicious, merciless crime syndicate, this silent man becomes something absolutely terrifying. This 2010 neo-noir masterpiece is a slow, deliberate burn that suddenly explodes into some of the most precise, brutal, and breathtaking action sequences in the history of Korean cinema. Hand-to-hand combat of stunning ferocity, precision gunfights, relentless pursuit, all of it fueled by grief, so raw it practically bleeds off the screen. The Man from Nowhere doesn't just show you what a skilled fighter can do. It shows you what happens when a broken man has absolutely nothing left to lose. Number 1. I Saw the Devil. And here we are. Number 1. The film that sits at the very top of this list. Not just because of its violence, not just because of its action, but because of what it does to you as a viewer. I Saw the Devil. An NIS agent, a murdered fiancé, and a sadistic killer who has never once feared consequences. Until now. But here's what makes this film truly extraordinary. He doesn't kill him. Not yet. Instead, he chooses something far more calculated, far more terrifying. He hunts him. He tortures him. He lets him run, and then he hunts him again. This 2010 psychological action thriller blurs every moral line you thought you understood. The hero becomes something darker. The villain becomes something almost pitiable. And somewhere in between, you realize you don't know who to fear more. Jaw-dropping combat, relentless psychological warfare, vicious confrontations that will make your skin crawl. I Saw the Devil is not just the best Korean brutal action film on Netflix. It is a landmark of cinema. Unforgettable. And that's your top 10 best Korean brutal action movies on Netflix. 10 films that will test your nerves, wreck your emotions, and remind you exactly why Korean action cinema is in a league of its own. Now it's your turn. Which one of these is going straight to the top of your watch list? And more importantly, did we leave out your favorite? Drop in the comments right now, because we read every single one. If you're serious about finding the greatest action films on Netflix, hit that subscribe button, because this channel is your ultimate guide, and we are just getting started. Like this video, share with someone who needs a new obsession. And stay right here because the next countdown is coming, and it is going to be absolutely legendary.